An unknown end.
What's up, y'all? Bunny Chaff here. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon FireRed. Last time, we finished up all the side quests on 6 Island. Now we're moving on to 7 Island, which I have arrived at right now. Yes, the lovely old 7 Island. The last of the Sevii Islands. Man, it's gone by so quickly. May not look much, but when I was younger, I flew everywhere with challenging trainers wherever I found them. So enjoyment watching battles. Okay, yeah, if you had like I think there was a e-card, e-reader event thing where you put that in with your Game Boy, and then you can open up those cardboard boxes. That's it. There's nothing exciting about this. Up here, Trainer Tower and trainers. As I was saying, this is the location we're heading north up right now of 7 Island. This is the Trainer Tower. It's kind of like a Battle Frontier. You just kind of go through gauntlets of Pokemon trainers. That's about it. I believe the trainers in there will have Pokemon's leveled around whatever your strongest is. So that's cool. Nothing really too exciting about it. I don't think I'll really do anything with it. It's just a nice little side mode, and it's not as exciting as the Battle Frontier. I don't know. But maybe I'll do that for a later episode. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to buy more repels because we're almost out of them. And we're definitely going to need some. Make sure you have a Pokemon with strength because you'll be needing that. Ooh, 167,000. We can definitely buy a Thunderbolt TM. Hell yes. No, that's not what I meant. Hell yes, finally. Being stingy with cash has helped us in the long run. Anyways. Not just the trainer tower, we got other stuff around here, like this fella. How many people come out here? If I train here, I'm convinced that I'll get stronger and stronger. Yep, stronger and stronger. How would you like to learn a move like that? It's Sword Dance! That's right, one of the best setup moves in the game, all the way out here in 7 Island. So you have to do post-game stuff to get it. It raises your attack stat by 2 stages instead of just the one with bulk up. Really, really great. I don't have many Pokemon that can learn it. Kingpin can't learn it. The only one I have is Peter. But Peter's been more of a mixed attacker, and I think I'm good with that. So, you. Hey, it's the Sunstone evolution of Gloom. Blossom. This thing's not part poison type, but it can have poison type moves like Sludge Bomb, since it was a Gloom. Difference? This thing's not as defensive, I guess. Yeah, it's not as defensive as Vileplume. Whereas Vileplume's more bulky. I think that's how that one works. I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused what their stats are like. They're just very similar. Just only like a couple stat values have swapped. Yeah. We can also talk about the new encounters here. Yes. All right. FireRed users, we get Skarmory. We get probably the better exclusive of the two I'm about to talk about. Skarmory, quite possibly one of the best Pokemon ever created, especially for competitive. It might not seem like it with only 80 attack and 140 defense and everything else kind of subpar, but trust me, it is. It's excellent typing of Steel Flying. It's really good in this game, considering that, well, its only weaknesses are both special moves, or both special types. So you just swap him out anytime you see one of those types. He can pretty much tank any physical hit he wants, even special hits if you build him right. Unfortunately, his abilities are just not that great. Sturdy or Keen Eye, you really won't get much use out of Sturdy. You'll get some very, very slim use out of Keen Eye. So go with Keen Eye. In terms of moves, it definitely got better since its generation debut in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, where you basically didn't have much to work with. I mean, you did and you didn't. You get Spikes, which is a hazard you lay down. It's a ground type move. You can lay up to 3 in this game. You couldn't in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but here you can have 3 stacks of spikes down, which will do more damage. The only ones that are not affected by spikes are Levitate and Flying type users. It's pretty much Skarmory's bread and butter in a way. For offense, you can give it Sword Stance, give it Steel Wing, and through Egg Move, Drill Peck. Or Fly if you're just casual. If you're playing through casually, if you're competitive, don't use Fly. Give it its other bread and butter move in Toxic to help stall out a little bit. And yeah, Skarmory's pretty great. Its counterpart in Leaf Green, Mantine. It's not. It's basically the special version of Skarmory, and it's not the greatest. Whereas Skarmory has an excellent typing for defense, Mantine really doesn't. It's water flying type, so it's the same typing as Gyarados, so it has the same problems. Quad weak to electric and weak to rock. Whereas Gyarados could supplement that. I think that's how you said that. It can, not worry about that with Intimidate. A little weak. Mantine does not have such luck, and its physical defense stat is not that great. So it's got 140 special defense and 80 special attack. Another problem, it's got a flying type stab problem where it does get wing attack, which is cool. It can't really use it well because of its base 40 attack stat, so it's doing nothing with that. You got your typical water type stuff with Ice Beam and Surf. That's cool, I guess. Got Water Absorb for another ability, or Swift Swim. So it's got better abilities than Skarmory, I will say. That's all I got for positive. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. All I gotta say about Mantine, I'm not gonna lie. Also in I think this place is called Savault Canyon, we have Larvitar, our second pseudo-legendary. This is the Johto pseudo-legendary. Larvitar starts out as a rock ground type. It has a similar evolution levels as Dratini, as the Dratini line, where it evolves at level 30 and then fully evolves at level 55. Larvitar, it's not awful. It's not that great. I don't think its level up move pool is not that great for a rock ground type. And then when you get it to Pupitar, its middle stage, it's more defensive now, a little more bulkier, but it's still not the greatest. But once it hits level 55, it becomes Tyranitar. Tyranitar, getting the, I should say, both, I think Pupitar gets Shed Skin and Larvitar gets Guts for ability. So, and now Tyranitar has the ability Sandstream. This thing pretty much shapes the Generation 3 competitive tier. A lot of that whole meta just depends on, the standard meta depends on Tyranitar and Sandstreams pretty much. At least a good chunk of it. The only problem with Tyranitar is, I guess it's slow, and it doesn't have the greatest defensive typing in Rock and Dark. And I guess it's not great offensively, because Tyranitar is mainly a physical attacker. It's got some similarities in the stat department with Dragonite, but since it's got a special stab and then a physical stab, you kind of gotta pick and choose how you want to build your Tyranitar. You can obviously give it special attacks, and it will do pretty good with them. It gets Bolt Beam coverage, Surf, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, Dragon Claw if you really want it. But you'll mainly be running probably some physical moves like Brick Break, maybe Focus Punch, Rock Slide obviously, Earthquake, and much like Dragonite, it can also get Dragon Dance via Egg Move, which is basically gives you a +1 attack and +1 speed. So it kind of helps out its speed problem. Very good Pokemon. Okay. So yeah, Tyranitar, a fantastic Pokemon. It does have its, glaring flaws, but where it makes up in its flaws, it makes it where it has its flaws, it makes up with great strength. Like, it is very impressive of what it can do.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Fanpy!
It's while I rant and rave about newer Pokemon, you can't really, I don't think you can catch, yeah, you can't really catch this one, but the one Aroma Lady, or whoever we fought, had the Pineco, little pinecone looking thing. Those aren't pine cones, that's actually a bagworm. Pineco! Pure bug type at the moment. Really, really great physical defense. Is known for exploding quite a bit, so be careful of that. It much like Skarmory, its final evolution, Fortress, is a fantastic physical behemoth. It was actually, I think at one point it was like a decision that you had to make in competitive. Vampy! Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about this guy. Oh, hold on. I guess I'll talk about him too. Or her too. You know what, I think I'll catch this guy. So Pineco, when it fully evolves into Fortress, it's pretty much like, okay, who do you want on your team? Do you want Fortress or Skarmory? They both have their problems. Fortress being Bug Steel, it's quad weak to fire, so it can't really tank a fire type attack, where Skarmory in theory could. That being only Fortress's weakness, it doesn't have like a very good stab options, whereas Skarmory does. Skarmory can at least use Drill Peck, maybe Steel Wing if it really depends on that, if it really needs that. Whereas Fortress would probably use like Earthquake, which is good, or it could use maybe Hidden Power Bug, but you gotta have Hidden Power and you gotta have an Earthquake TM, so. But you also gotta breed for a Drill Peck. So it really just depends on what the player wanted. They both are great spike setters, but I think Fortress fell off a little more because it just kept getting outclassed by Skarmory. But don't get me wrong, Fortress is great. At this point in the game series, like I said, its level up move pool is just pitiful. You'll be mainly using normal type attacks if you decide to use one, by however means you get one. It's just, yeah, I'm a big Fortress fan, but I gotta say, you'd want to use just Earthquake on it as its main move, or maybe just give a double-edged Body Slam, Return, I don't know, something like that. It gets Giga Drain too, so that's kind of funny. Yeah. Vampy! I guess I thought we were done with encounters, but nope, Vampy! Pure ground type. It starts out pretty weak, but very cute. Like a little toy elephant. And then when you get it to evolve, my god, does it get a boost in stats. Donphan is a fantastic pure ground type. Base 120 attack and I think physical defense too. When it fires earthquakes, you better watch out. It is deadly. It is like one of the strongest earthquake users at this point in the game series, where we're playing at. It is scary. The only problem is its move pool is horrendous. You have to teach it Rock Slide, or else you'll be only using Rock Tomb or Rollout. You might have to teach it a normal type move and Double Edge or Body Slam, or Takedown if you're a freak, or Return if you still have a Return TM. Iron Tail if you like to roll the dice. That's the only problem with Donphan. And then you don't have to use the TM on it for Earthquake, but it gets it at level 49 naturally, and it just takes so long. Anyways, here we are in Tanobi Cave. This is kind of important, kinda. This is why we need strength. So, you gotta push these boulders in a certain way, and I'm gonna show the way that I learned how to do it. So, what you wanna do is push these three boulders to the top here. So I'm going to push this one to that one. Push that one to the middle. Then put it there. Go this way with it. Put it there. Push this way with it. Go up. Put it right there. Okay, we're almost done now. Push these two to the side like that. Push this upwards. Put it in its hole, or a little divot. Crater thing. Push this one in that. And then finally, you take these two and you push them in their respective spots too. And bada bing, bada boom, you did Tanobi Cave. Mysterious rumble echoed somewhere far away. Yay, we did it. Now what did that do? Something not exciting. Oh, hello, dude. And if you happen to have the strongest Pokemon, doesn't mean a thing if you don't know how to use them properly. Fair, that's true. Of course, it's from a tamer who. Why? Why is it the kinky people? Always the kinky people that have to have solid points about certain things. Sometimes. Oh! Big Mama, or Big Daddy Bear, I'm sorry, Big Papa Bear. Ursaring. It's kind of similar to Gramble in terms of stats. Lots of attack. Not as bulky as you would think, and pretty slow. Like, you would think this thing is pretty fat, considering it just survived my flamethrower, but it's not that bulky. However, it is a monster of an attacker. It is stronger than my Snorlax. It has a base 130 attack. Well, the Gramble had like base 120, 125. So, yeah. But Ursaring is a powerhouse. It also has the ability Guts. So you could boost its attack stat further with a status condition. It's a pretty good Pokemon. The only problem is it's just really slow. And you would think it's got the same... What happened to my Repel? What the fuck happened? Okay. You would think it would have the... You know, Swiss Army move pool that Granbull has and most other normal types have, like my Snorlax. Nope. Nope, it does not. It actually does not get any of the good shit. It had it in, I guess, kind of Generation 2, where the elemental punches were TMs in that game. Where are you? Even Bruno, he trained with a fellow by the name of Brawly before. Ooh, that name might sound familiar for some of you guys. As I was saying, yeah, Ursaring, when the elemental punches were TMs, where basically a lot of Pokemon could get them, yeah, Ursaring can't really learn like Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. Like, it's just a normal Grizzly Bear, and it kind of sucks because it can't really deal with Ghost types all too well because it doesn't get Shadow Ball much, whereas Granbull can. So what do you do with Ghost types? You can either use Hidden Power and hope for a Ghost type attack, or you can have Feint Attack, which you're using your less dominant offensive type. And oh my god, this is a chancy fight. Ugh. You're breaking my balls. Sorry if I seem a lot more impatient than usual. I just want to get this done since we're like almost done with the islands here, and I'm gonna be honest, this side quest is already almost over. There's not much stuff to do. I just have to get to that location. So I'm going to dodge a lot of these guys. That guy with the blue hair. Fantastic for grinding. And that woman right there with the blue hair. Also fantastic for grinding. If you need to level up your Pokemon to high levels, spam the VS Seeker on these guys, and you can use the use this guy's house to... I think you can heal here. I could be wrong. Yes, you can heal here. So, you just have to sit through the dance. So yeah, train with those two trainers. I've done it before, where I've had to grind Pokemon up for really high levels for really special occasions. You'll see later. And just healed here. And they're great at giving experience. That Lucky Punch we grabbed there. It boosts Chansey's critical hit chances. So give that to Chansey. It's like Farfetch's stick. Such an awkward name to say. Where it just boosts its critical hit chance. It's not that crazy since Chansey isn't strong. Although its evolution, Bliss is kinda strong. Give it Calm Mind and it's not bad. Here we are! The main attraction of Sevii Island. There's a bunch of chambers scattered around the water side here, or bay side, or whatever the hell. There's just a bunch of chambers around here. And what do these chambers hold for us, or ruins, or whatever the fuck these things are? I gotta wear out my repel, don't I? Come on. There we go. Why, it has the Pokemon Unown. There's nothing... This is how we're ending off the Sevii Islands, with Unown. Unown is a sad excuse for a legendary, I guess? Is it really a legendary? Can I even call it a legendary? Very pitiful. Nothing higher than 72 for its attacking stats. That's because it only knows Hidden Power, being its main method of attacking, because Hidden Power was, you know, since there's multiple types, they have different type categories, or not, damage categories, either being physical or special, so it could be either a physical or special unknown. They basically spell out letters, and they're basically like ancient, it's like ancient, was it typography? It's basically ancient language. You spell things out with unknown because they're all letters from A to Z, and in these chambers they'll have specific letters. The only purpose they serve is just for collecting, and just to say, I have A through Z of unknown. Nothing else to it. They're pure psychic type, they have levitate for an ability, they have nothing else going for them, not unless you just really want to spell a very offensive or funny word, or both, with them in like a battle to make your opponent laugh. There's nothing good to them. Absolute garbage. I'm so sorry we're ending off on such a dire note, but I will say, the next time you'll see me, I will have grinded my Pokemon up close to level 70. I'd say like maybe mid-60s. Yeah, we'll go with mid-60s. So I'm going to be staying here on Sevii Island for a bit. And grinding. And I suggest you guys do too, because there's still 2 things we can do for post-game content, but we'll have to go to Kanto, since all the Sevii Island stuff is over. So, next time you'll see me, I'll be mid-60s. And we'll be finishing off Pokemon FireRed. See you guys then. Good night, everybody.